Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, man, we back today. Like I said, this video gonna be called Production Speak for Itself. Like I said, I just thought I'd show this Bunny and BJ lit off. These pups are about 7 weeks of age now. They already ready for their new homes. I got this girl right here sold, and I got this little male back in his back. He's sold as well. We got this big, pretty blue and white male available. We got this, well, this is my girl right here, this little Lucy. And we got this little blue and white male available. Like I said, and I want to drop this video today and call it Production Speak for Itself, because if you breeding dogs and you not getting to the same caliber or better caliber of dogs that you breeding, like I said, then you really ain't doing it but, like I said, standing still or just breeding in circles, you know what I mean? I always like for my production to either be, like I said, for one, you gotta have good quality dogs, like I said, because you got good quality dogs, as long as you stand consistent with breeding good quality dogs, you're winning. But like I said, my dogs are always gonna either look better, or like I said, or they're gonna either look better or look as almost the same caliber of dogs that I already have. Like I said, that's how I know I'm breeding in the right direction. These pups, they started off a little bit smaller. Y'all stop that. Yeah, these pups, they started off, like I said, a little bit smaller than normal because, like I said, it was such a huge litter. But now that they're getting older, you can start seeing them develop into their looks. They starting to spread. Starting to thicken on out. And they starting to actually look real nice, you know what I mean? And that's what you want, like I said. But when you have big litters, you know what I mean, sometimes it take them a little minute to mature. I know when y'all first see them, y'all like, hold up. They don't look as good as y'all expect them to look. But now you can see, like I said, they starting to feel into their looks and everything. And like I said, and that's the only thing I care for breeding. I want all my dogs when I breed them. Y'all come here. Hey, babies. I'm about to go over and open this door on them as well because they inside the dog house. But I like for all my production to either look as good or better than what I already got in the yard. And this little right here did not disappoint, you know what I mean? Of course, I knew, like I said, all it took for that blood to go and click in. And everybody in the head, their ears clipped. That's why you see everybody with their ears clipping. Like I said, you see that blue spray up on their ears because, you know, they help heal their ears and everything. Some of the pup ears not always standing up completely yet because like they freshly cut. But like I said, as they get older, their ears will stand all the way up, you know what I mean? And stop laying over. Y'all come here. That's the little female available. She's 1,500, very nice, look just like a mom. Very little pretty female, you know what I mean? Gonna be a good addition to somebody's yard. She's the only girl I have available. We have this big big male right here. He's back at 1,400. I'm no longer taking 1,300. You missed out upon him. Like I said, he's gonna be a very nice thick dog. He might be bigger than his dad because his dad come off of a extra large, but his dad is more of a classier sized dog, and his mom is of between classic and pockets. You know what I mean? She could go for either one of those. But you know, this little right here, they either gonna be, like I said, either between classic, pocket. I mean, some of them, I got one probably look more of a pocket size, my girl and this little male right here. But for them utmost, they're going to be between extra large and classic size little with a few pockets, you know what I mean? You could breed, like I said, a classic with, like I said, with a pocket, or you could breed extra large with, like I said, a classic, you know what I mean? You just don't want to breed two sides up or two sides down because that way, then you'll start getting high rears, you know what I mean? Dogs with high rears, I mean, just bad built dogs, you know what I mean? So you want to kind of keep it right there in the same range and everything. But this little looking very good. I'm very proud of this little $300 deposit for one more of these pups, or two more of these pups, and then it'll go back up to $400 deposit, like I said. And like I said, yeah, $400 deposit for these dogs. 15 for the female right there, 1,400 for the males. You can't beat these dogs. I could easily be asking 2,500 for these pups or better, you know what I mean? Very good deal on these pups. Very nice pups. I'm talking well-bred pups with nice pedigrees on it, with nice pedigrees up on them. Everything you want up in a nice, I mean, bully, you know what I mean? clean, working nice. I'm talking thick bulls, you know what I mean? And like I said, I've been putting down that work for a long time, so my production, like I said, speak for itself in itself. I didn't purchase I purchased a few dogs just to upgrade my program throughout the years. Like I said, that's what you want to be up on. Because you got to invest, you got to invest. These are nice investment animals, you know what I mean? These not just, like I said, I'll sell them to, like I said, I don't mind going to good pet homes. I want to go to good pet homes. But these are investment dogs, you know what I mean? These dogs, if you want to start you a nice program, or like I said, or whatever you want to do. But like I said, I got them started at fair prices. You spend more, people spend more money on clothes, bull crap, or stuff that don't even hold value. So these dogs are very priced to at a reasonable price. Like I said, 'cause if you want them, you're going to save, you're going to do what you got to do to get them. They not going to be going stand with people who going to be feed them, like I said, bologna rings or butt bread just to survive. They price to go to good homes, to people who actually going to be responsible owners, who going to take care of them, who they going to flourish up in and do a good job with, you know what I mean? If they ain't going to them type of people, I don't even care to deal with them, you know what I mean? That's why I keep my dog price, and I got my price as firm as it is, like I said, just to go to good homes. This right here is my boy Kansas County's Butcher. Come off the Cocoa and Caesar breed. Very nice dog. Come off some of my brood stock. Gonna be a very nice pup. Like I said, everything that need to be up in the bulldog. It's his second time being on the chain. He doing real good, you know what I mean? Feeling out real good and hitting shots and everything. So he pretty much good to go. I'm gonna be showing a lot more of this dog as time goes. Like I said, this was a breed between, a four-way street between four of my best dogs, all in one dog right here. So I'm very proud of this breed. I waited years and years to get this breed and knock it out the way, and this is the product of it. Kansas County's Butcher right here. Got going for us, son. Yeah, man. But like I said, I just been holding it down. Like I said, doing what I need to. Like I said, handling my business like I supposed to keep things running. I hope everybody been doing good and taking care of themselves, you know what I mean? Thanks for all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the people who've been rocking with me, showing me love and everything on all my videos. It's much appreciated. I thank y'all for that, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be nothing, like I said, without y'all, man. So keep on showing support, keep on showing love, keep staying motivated, like I said, because all I do is give game and try to show, you know what I mean, and show off my productions and everything of what I got going on. But this right here is the Dino and Bloody Mary breed. Mostly these pups, I mean, they look identical to their parents. Brunner, black pups, you know what I mean? I got one female available. They kind of squished up in the corner because it's a little cooler there. I just dropped them a heat lamp up in their doghouse and everything. I'm weaning them off their mom. They 5 weeks of age. Like I said, I got, I think 8 males, now 7 males available and 1 female available. Let me see if I can kind of wake them up. What y'all got going for it, babies? Hey, babies. Hey, babies. Hey, babies. They just ate, so they kind of just in their little chill mode right now and everything. So like I said, so they're not gonna be doing a whole lot of too much moving. They kind of relax and wonder what I'm doing back over here with this camera out up on them and everything. But these are very nice dogs. Come off of a great dogs. On their dad's side, I mean, his whole past is full of number grand champions. So, you know, they already did all the footwork and put everything down, like I said, for, you know what I mean, to be listed as certified. You know, and of course, you know, they mom and dads are certified, you know what I mean? I like keeping good dogs around, you know what I mean, who meet up to all the expectations that they're supposed to meet up to. I mean, and they mom and dad is everything that I could ever want in a bulldog, you know what I mean? Good hard mouth, good strong structure frame, hard body. They dad is, I'm talking, he is such a hard mouth dog, you know what I mean? I ain't seen nothing like him in some few years. You know, I got nice dog, but they dad is, I mean, he's one of a kind, you know what I mean? Which I'm not surprised. That Chinaman back to that, you know what I mean? The heavy Mayday, you know what I mean? And, you know, they come off a lot of McCollum dogs, you know what I mean? These got a lot of McCollum in their blood, and you could tell just from the looks, you know what I mean? The black coats and the black brun, I think they took a lot off both sides, you know. The mom, she's more of a balls, Gardner bred dog. She got, like I said, some bully on her blood as well in her backside, you know. But very, very nice, well-bred dogs, you know what I mean? 80 paperwork in hand, very, very good investments, you know. Like I said, I don't sell, you know what I mean, just no little bull crap, like I said, that you can buy down the street, you know what I mean, for $400-500, you know what I mean? All these dogs, like I said, come from very, very very nice hand-picked dogs that complement the breed, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm expecting these pups to be of, you know what I mean? Very, very good dogs that complement each other. That, you know what I mean, they're gonna meet up to every expectations, and you know what I mean, and represent their mom and their dad and the breed to the whole third degree, you know what I mean? I think this is my girl right here. Now that's a male. This male right here I like a whole lot. Very, very extraordinary looking male. Got that little look to his face. I mean, that little look to him that, you know what I mean, that I like the most, real unique. Kind of, like I said, it's just a extraordinary looking hound, you know what I mean? If I was keeping a male, he would be the one that I keep. Yeah. But this whole litter, like I said, pretty much look identical. Black and brown. We got the ones over there asleep. But like I said, they $400 deposit for these dogs, you know what I mean? 12 for the male, 11 for the female. Like I said, and they ready to roll. They 5 weeks of age, but they ain't all the way ready. But they paperwork on the way back. Like I said, it should be back by the time they get here. But 7-8 weeks of age, they'll be ready to move out, and I'll be posting them in the groups and everything right now. But like I said, y'all seen them first. Like I said, they ready to roll. These gonna make some good dogs. Like I said, gonna be some good quality investments, you know what I mean? These some dogs you can start your whole program with, you know what I mean? Come from good proven stock. I got good high hopes, good high expectation for these dogs, you know what I mean? If you ain't breeding and getting better than what you already got, or at least to the same caliber, like I'm gonna say again, you just pretty much breeding up in circles. And I think these dogs complement the breed very, very well. And gonna be some very, very nice dogs. My only time will tell, you know what I mean? But like I said, you get a high percentage chance when you breed, like I said, back into good dog and putting bulldog on top of bulldog, you know what I mean? Yeah. We finna get over here and show their dad. They're gonna be the end of this video. I ain't wanna make it too long. I just want to let people know, like I said, that, you know what I mean, if you breed these dogs, you don't wanna be breeding no mediocre dog, you know what I mean, back to a good dog and thinking you're gonna get something good. If you're gonna breed, you wanna make sure you put nothing but the best on top of the best. That's how you elevate your count. That's how you continue to breed good dogs, continue to get good dogs, and continue to keep your program running in an upper direction, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sit still. I'm trying to always breed to whatever, complement whatever, and upgrade my dogs into a higher different caliber of dog than what I already got. Because, you know, as time goes, you gonna have to keep up or you're gonna get left behind. And these dogs right here, they are bred to stand the test of time. This old Kansas Kennels Dino. This is a good hard mouth dog, heavy Chinaman. His mom, which is his Daisy, you know what I mean, come off a heavy Chinaman red boy breeding, you know what I mean, mostly heavy Chinaman, you know what I mean. His dad come off a grand champion spanking, grand champion El Diablo, like I said, Mayday, and I gotta go back to him. He got nothing but grand champions in the past, you know what I mean. So he got nothing but the best of his best, you know what I mean. And he represents, I mean, that breed to the fullest. Nice, good structure up on him. Thick, solid bulldog. Hard driven, hard mouth. He like to frown his little face up when I walk up to him and everything. But I mean, good temperament dog, you know what I mean. Just an all out round good bulldog, you know. Like I said, I'm very proud of this boy. I'm very proud of what he put down. All 10 pups doing good. I'm getting better and better at whipping my litters and everything like that, you know what I mean? And I just can't wait to see these dogs, like I said, grow up, get into their homes and flourish, you know what I mean? Because I have nothing but high hopes for these dogs. And I hope whoever get them, you know what I mean, give me, like I said, keep me follow up on what's going on. But I put my name and my word behind these dogs, you know what I mean? These are the next level, nice quality dogs. And I also still had them 2 pups off of Yoda and BJ up for grabs. I mean, Yoda and Banks up for grabs. Like I said, the dad is Americara, which is my boy Banks. The mom, Mr. Tri-Cara. She's a ghost try, you know what I mean? So they're gonna be some very thick, girthy, nice, next level micro pups, you know what I mean? As you can see, if you ain't been watching my video, go watch my shots. I dropped a shot of them, like I said, a couple days ago, just to show you what I mean, the update on them. But when I say I breed, every time I breed, I'm getting better dogs next level dogs, you know what I mean? That's how I know I'm breeding in the right direction. And if you ain't breeding like that, I don't know what you're doing it for. Off top. But like I said, this is the end of the video, man. Y'all like it, subscribe, take care of yourself. Hit me up if you're looking to get a pup at 318-946-5277, or you can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. Or like I said, I really don't check my emails like that or my TikTok, but you can hit me up on my phone, call or text, or just hit me up, like I said, through Facebook and Instagram. We out. Y'all stay blessed.